What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday morning. I hope you guys are doing great. We've got about an hour and a half or so to play here, maybe a little longer than that. It's 1 o'clock. Just got done tilling my garden up, and I'm going to go outside in a little while once my son gets home, and we're going to plant some things and get things growing. On vacation this week, so this is the technically the second day of it, I guess, but second day of 10 days, so we should get plenty of gaming in this week. I'm going to be home all week. I'm not going anywhere. I've got some things to do around the house. But for the most part, we'll be here playing games most of the week. I'm going to try to stream as much as I can. Hopefully, I really want to finish this game and get started on something else. Finally got me a PS5. I'm happy to say. So far, I'm loving it. I haven't really got a chance to play it a whole lot. The only thing I've really played on it is Call of Duty Vanguard. And it really looks about the same as it does on the PS4. I can't see much of a difference, although it does seem to play a little smoother. And one weird thing about it is on the PS4, I can't play Vanguard wirelessly, but I can on the PS5. On the PS4, I get tons of packet loss, and it just eventually kicks me out. So it must handle Wi-Fi a little better, which is nice to know. I normally don't play on Wi-Fi, but you know, sometimes I have to, so that's good. Other than that, I think I did buy The Last of Us, the first one, because I've never played. I wanted to play that on a PS5. I don't know if it's been remastered for PS5 or not, but I do want to play that. I also want to play Assassin's Creed, the newest one. Geez, I can't remember the name. Odyssey? Is it not Odyssey? Oh, geez, I can't remember it right now. But anyway, the Viking one. I want to play that at some point. I don't know if we'll get to those this week or not. We might start on one of them. The Last of Us seems like it's kind of straightforward story-based game, so that might be the next one I play. Which Assassin's Creed would be too, but there's so much extra to do on these games, it takes forever. I think I've got like 170 some hours on Odyssey right now, and I'm still not finished with it, so close, but not quite. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get into it while we have a little bit of time here and see how far we can get. We are in... I'm not sure where we're at right now. I know we done some missions for the board, and now the board hates us because basically I refused to do something. We're outside of...
Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
outside of Byzantium, I think. That's a awesome looking planet down there. Clouds are moving super fast though. Or the planet, or the planet's rotating super fast, one of the two. Alright, well, let's see what we got going on here. Let's go to the journal here and see what's next. So, City in the Stars. Now that Phineas knows Master Clark's been hoarding dimethyl sulfoxide in Byzantium, he just needs you to get to the city to steal it. Easy. Meet with Phineas's contact. Phineas has an assassin... Okay, this is right. This is... Okay, so now let me... little backstory here.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now.
I guess. I tried doing this last time I streamed, and it kept crashing on me. The stream was crashing. So I don't know if it has something to do with the game, so it may crash again, and if it does, I'm going to try to get past that and then start it back up, but we'll see. Let's not take anyone with us, just to make sure that's not what causes us to crash. Sipping on some Screwball this morning, man, that stuff is so good. A little sweet once you start feeling it, but at the beginning, man, I love it. Where are we here? Are we on... Okay, here's Phineas's contact. So what happened last time is we would talk to her, and as soon as we talked to her, Streamlabs would crash. So hopefully that does not happen again.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone.
Yeah, Phineas sent me.
Shh. No names, okay?
Okay.
The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium.
Let's get this over with. You have information for me? See, the Phoenix.
Yeah. That's my codename for... you know, our mutual friend.
What's your code name?
Oh. I'm Golden Eagle.
Do I have a code name?
Yeah. I named you Cuckoo.
Okay. Seriously?
It makes sense if you think about it, because I didn't know who you were, and old Earth cuckoos would routinely trick other birds into feeding them.
No way. I'm Golden Eagle. You can be cuckoo.
That doesn't even make... Fine. Fine. Anyway, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded.
There's got to be a way to catch the minister someplace less protected. Can't you get me into the minister's estate? How exactly did you get involved in all this anyway? Looks like I've got work to do.
I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct. The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators.
We've already heard all this. When they die off, it's a sign that something's wrong.
Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see.
Like what?
For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
A bit. It does.
And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
Seems pretty normal, actually.
Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes, after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
A regular tragedy.
At first, management put up an out-of-order sign. But that just seemed to worry people. Like they were advertising something wasn't working.
Why would the Golden City need suggestions for improvement?
It's really so people can feel heard. Everyone's got something to complain about, you know? They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
No, that's how things go around Halcyon, in case you didn't notice.
Except that's not how they go. At least that's not how they're supposed to go in Byzantium. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Can't you get me into the minister's estate?
Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence.
Okay, so what can you tell me?
Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts. Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking.
It's theft, not reconnaissance. Well, thanks for the tip.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
There's got to be a way to catch the minister someplace less protected.
Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him.
Looks like I've got work to do.
Good hunting, Golden Eagle.
Okay, good. We made it through that without the stream crashing. Awesome. Hopefully that's not the second time you guys have watched it, but it probably is. So where are we going this time? 183 up there. I wonder if we can get up there from here. Let's look around here real quick before we go anywhere. If there's anything we can get into. Like that. We'll take that. Dude, why are you guys following me? I thought I said nobody was coming. Leaded armor. I don't know if I've seen leaded armor yet. I probably have.
You still tinkering with that?
It's not gonna fix itself.
Don't we have repair drones for that kind of thing?
This was a repair drone.
What do we have here? Okay, here's the elevator. It goes up, I guess. Retirees.
That's the last of them.
Finally. Is it just me, or are we getting more and more retirees lately?
Not just you. Felt like a damn factory worker these last few months. Oh well. Nothing a few drinks won't cure. Come on, let's go hit up Bijou's.
Can't. They're closed. Someone saw a sprat in there.
Bijou's too? Damn. What's this city coming to?
I don't know, but I'm interested in what retirees are now. Like, I almost feel like it's dead people. Guys, you guys gotta go. Ah, we might find out right here. Let's see. Cargo door says sealed warning access there, so restricted unsealed door. Okay. Transition to early retirement district. I don't think I've been here.
Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center. You, the lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium. When you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture's deluxe Falscowood collection. Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injuries, psychological damage, or divorce litigations that occur during the assembly process. After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our many restaurants, like CNP's Blazing Borscht Barbecue or Rizzo's All-You-Can-Crunch Cereal Buffet? Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold Zero-G Brew by Spacer's Choice. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you, although in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. You won't have to spend a bit. So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our vending machines, and enjoy our specially constructed welcome center. While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall and leave your troubles behind. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today is the first day of your early retirement. Congratulations. Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center. You, the lucky few, have been selected.
Did you know the early retirement selection system is the most rigorous cutting-edge lottery system in the entire galaxy? Here's how it works. Each candidate's name is printed on a plastic ball. The plastic ball is placed in an advanced turbo incubator with thousands of others. A team of advanced automechanicals operate a complex series of pulleys at random. The balls are funneled through the turbo encabulator into an incurator tube. I can't read. They are then launched at a specially designed accuracy matrix. The first ball that aligns with the center of the accuracy matrix is the winner for the day. By using this method, the Halcyon Holdings Corporation ensures that all early retirees are selected with complete impartiality and minimal collateral damage.
To spend the rest of your days living.
The early retirement center is the safest place in the entire system. Not a single crime has been committed within its walls since its construction. Wow! This is all thanks to the hard work of the men and women in black and white. Universal Defense Logistics. Each and every day, UDL security protects the citizens of Byzantium, shielding them from harm. No descendants run wild under their watch. So rest easy, early retirees. You're under the watchful eye of UDL security. Whether you're out and about or relaxing at home, UDL is watching you.
The highlight in your own private district in Byzantium.
Early retirement fun fact number 6. The early retirement program is the personal brainchild of Minister of Earth Aloysius Clark, endorsed by Chairman Charles Rockwell. Minister Clark and Chairman Rockwell share a vision that every worker in Halcyon has a fair chance to experience the beauty and luxury of Byzantium. So before you step into that elevator and embrace your retirement, remember to say, "Thank you, Minister Clark. You wouldn't be here without him."
When you arrive, you'll be whisked away.
I really feel like this is a bad idea. You're special! Each month, hundreds of thousands of workers apply to the early retirement program from across the Halcyon system. That doesn't just include workers from Terra 2, but those who live on the Groundbreaker and Hephaestus as well. Even after weeding out undesirable or unqualified candidates, only 2.3% of these entrants are selected for early retirement. I sure hope you bragged to your neighbors before you left. Way to overcome the odds, champ.
Furnished exclusively by 24.
We're sure that all of you had a wonderful time completing your early retirement application forms, but we know that even something like paperwork can get a little old after 87 pages. Good God. Fortunately, we're pleased to inform you that your hard work was well worth it. By knowing details like your shoe size, blood type, and dental history, we can properly customize your early retirement just for you. Every detail will be tweaked and adjusted to fit your unique needs, just like how Hammersmith weapons are built to fit each customer's personal style of combat. What you want, Hammersmith.
7 Furniture's Deluxe Falscowood Collection.
They're even sponsoring things inside here, and this is probably just a death factory. Here in Byzantium, auto mechanicals will make your life cleaner, easier, and more efficient, just as they do in the rest of the city. Teams of auto mechanicals regularly sweep through the streets of the early retirement district to give it that classic Byzantium sheen. But that's not all. They'll attend to your personal needs as well. Want to order a drink? They'll bring one right to your table. Make a mess in your new penthouse? They'll clean it up for you. Why, they'll even carry your luggage, once it has been cleared by security and released from our customs warehouse, of course. So if you see 700 pounds of steel lumbering towards you, don't panic. You probably just dropped one of your Happy Dell Farms woolly curds. Whoops, don't worry. I'm sure it's still good.
Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injuries, psychological damage, or divorce litigations that occur
let's see
during
what
the
happens.
assembly process. After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our
We got a
many
computer
restaurants,
here.
like CNP's Blazing.
Before beginning your new life in Byzantium, our safety regulations require you to consent to the following. You hereinafter referred to as the employee consent to the rules and regulations of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation's Early Retirement Center. Hereinafter referred to as the Center, the employee confirms that they have read and understood the rules of the Center as written in Article 3, Section 5, Clause 27 of the Early Retirement Welcome Packet. The employee also confirms that they received this packet en route to the Center. In the unlikely event of injury, death, or loss of personal items, the employee assumes all liability for the incident. The Halcyon Holdings Corporation and its subsidiaries bear no responsibility for the incident and offer no compensation. Should the center recover any lost or stolen goods, the employee must retrieve them within 48 hours, or their goods will be forfeit. If the employee is having second thoughts about living out the rest of their lives in unparalleled luxury, then they may exit this terminal and return to the center's landing bay. There, the employee may turn in their winning early retirement ticket and await the next outbound transport. Don't worry, that ticket won't go to waste. It will be given to another deserving worker to keep the center's inbound population at ideal levels. Otherwise, if the employee is ready to begin the final leg of their early retirement journey and enjoy all the center has to offer, please select I consent. Congratulations! You just made the first step on the greatest journey of your life. Now please proceed to the elevator. Your early retirement awaits.
Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold Zero-G Brew by Spacer's Choice. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Although in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation.
What's going
you
on
won't
here?
have to spend a bit.
Oh.
So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our vending machines, and enjoy our specially constructed welcome center.
Doesn't sound like it's been maintained very well, does it? And it looks pretty nasty down here.
forget to properly dispose of all corpses in a board-regulated space compaction container.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured would happen.
System alert. Security patrol initiated.
We got like a force field on, which is interesting.
Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
Nice.
Searching for unauthorized investigate.
Crystal substance is resistant to criminal I've had quite enough of you! Cycle
We can take these guys out pretty quick. Dang! Uh-oh. I am. He's down. Got them all? Are we done? Alright, sweet, good. So, just as I thought, the early retirement center is just basically a place where people go to die. Not cool, Halcyon, not cool at all. See what we can find out about the place. Ooh, trimmer cleaver. I hadn't seen that one. I'll take it. Universal Defense Logistics. Universal Defense Logistics would like to remind employees that it is in an AOA responsible for the highly unfortunate but realistically probable case of loss of life in its facilities. Automech status active, maintenance exit status sealed. Note, due to the nature of their assignment, automechanicals in the HHC Early Retirement Center were not constructed with a standard maintenance mode or IFF transmitter responder. You'll be pleased to know that this saved 200 bits per unit, but please note that any injuries sustained during the routine repairs will come out of your own paycheck. Thanks for being part of the UDL team. Hack. Disable automechs. And unseal hatch. Alright, so that's unsealed, so we can go down there in a little bit, but let's investigate this first. Dead bodies everywhere. Oh, there's a guard. And, shot cannon. Nice. Go ahead. Oh, shoot. I forgot where he could do that thing. Let's go ahead and look at this shot cannon real fast. 393. Replace it with the hammer. Just use it for a little bit. Why not? See it? Yes, it is. Alright, what are you going to say, guard? Refund request, TNL shot cannon. To TNL customer service, I would like to formally request a refund of my new TNL shot cannon. You advertised it as the most reliable tool for disarming or disabling rude or disobedient automechanicals. But if you load it with an energy cell that is covered in your own blood, it misfires. I've used TNL weapons exclusively for 7 years, but if this matter is not resolved, then you'll have lost another customer. You will also have lost another customer if I die, so you'd better hope I can get this blood back into my body. They lost a customer, it seems. Man, this is crazy. I kind of figured this was what's going to happen, though, when I was reading that thing. It makes it sound so good, but they just come in here to their death. Get slaughtered as soon as they walk through the door, I guess. And you got some robots here that's like washing the blood off the floor. Alright, so we've unsealed that hatch. I guess it's time to go see what's in there. Maintenance tunnels. Where do these go? There are guardians around here. But they don't seem to be attacking me, so that's good. See if we can find a terminal somewhere to shut them all down. Kind of surprised that, yeah, even some scrap mechanics here. Kind of surprised that they're not attacking me. I'm definitely not in the place I'm supposed to be, that's for sure. This is where I came in, right? Yeah, down the hatch. So, is there even anywhere really to go in here? Oh, there we go. So this, I think now we're in that place where I was looking for those rats for that guy, maybe. Yeah, sprats, yep. I know where I'm at. Interesting. Alright, well, let's go to Minister Clark. Just kind of took a detour there and found a very disturbing part of Byzantium.
What's gone into block mine?
We need to get up there.
At the HHC, he's too good for us.
So what if all those MSIs we did on Barnard this whole time? I could do it. Easy.
Can't go that way. Well, we might be able to go in there.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics.
I'm here for Minister Clark.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS.
HPS? Was the minister expecting a delivery?
Minister Clark's a private man, and you're asking too many questions.
Farewell. Okay. Well, in that case, retrieve the parcel. Okay, let's go do that. Let's try to do this the easy way where we can get in there without really setting off any alerts or anything. Halcyon parcel service. Back in the... no. Kind of surprised we have to actually load into this.
Our UDL security attendant is always prepared.
Hello, Olive Yates.
How may I be of assistance?
Do you have a parcel waiting for Minister Clark?
We do, in fact, have a parcel here for a Mr. Clark, Minister.
I'm here to pick it up.
You're not an official member of the Halcyon Parcel Service Team. That means you'll have to sign a release form.
I'm cool with that. How do I do that?
Oh, I'd have to submit a request for a release form, and then wait for a receipt for my request of a release form. Then you'd have to make an appointment.
Oh, jeez. How long does that usually take?
Couldn't say. We've got a backlog, and I'm planning on retiring in the next 35 years, but I could give my successor a memo on your behalf.
Oh, gosh. So, 40 years. At least. I don't have time for this. You're kidding me.
You're welcome to lodge a complaint in our suggestion box. Actually, no. We're still waiting on our delivery of a new suggestion box.
The minister's here in Byzantium. I'll make the delivery, and you're free to take credit.
You do that? Wow. Hey, you know, a positive review from the minister would go a long way in my semi-monthly employment audit. Here's your parcel to be delivered to Mr. Clark, comma, minister.
Thank
Law
you.
speed.
Thanks. Wonder if I can actually get in there to see what the other parcels are somehow. Nobody in here. Oh, what's this? Dark matter. It looks like a Hershey bar. Funny. Any of you guys ever been to Hershey? You at like the amusement park in Pennsylvania? The Hershey factory? It's pretty cool, actually. Got to go a while back. Can I get in here? And I can't. Dang it. Got to go when I was a kid. It's fun. I don't think they actually make any Hershey's there anymore. Probably. I'm sure they're all made in like Mexico or somewhere now. It's a shame, really, if you think about it. How much stuff this country used to manufacture and make, and then they just sell out to all these lower wage countries. It's good for those countries. I mean, not really, because they're not making any money off of it. They're just basically making things for pretty much nothing. But I guess at least they get something. But
I love Byzantium.
I don't know. Alright, let's see what this guy says. We've got the parcel now. What is it? Can we look at it? Parcel from Mr. Clark. This parcel is light and flimsy, and it's definitely not a package. Okay.
There's nothing to see here. Move along.
You know, that's just the sort of thing folks say when they're trying to hide something.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Delivery for the minister.
Yeah? Let's see it.
I've got this parcel right here.
Looks like your papers are in order.
They are.
All right. Go on through.
Thank you. Thanks. What awaits us? We're gonna kill Minister Clark? Probably not. Regard.
That automech better have all its certifications in order.
Yeah. Hey, what? Nice place you got here, Mr. Minister Clark. Don't worry, I won't be stealing anything. Look at this nice kitchen. Dang. Could you imagine having a kitchen like this? This big, you could just cook so much all at once. I don't even like to cook. And even I'd cook in a kitchen like this. I don't even know where to go. Okay, that goes back out to Byzantium. Dartboard, kind of cool. And cards in here. So this is the bar. Interesting. I'm building a bar in my own house, but I don't have any friends to come over and enjoy some drinks and some games. Kind of wish it was like it used to be, you know, like I watch some shows like Home Improvement, and all the guys come over on Friday nights and play cards, you know, and have a few beers, and it seems fun, you know, socializing with people. Instead, now everybody just wants to play video games and kind of has their own thing going on, you know. Nobody ever really does anything, seems like. At least none of my friends do. I got a guy at work that I hang out with occasionally, and he's a NASCAR fan, as am I. And I told him, I was like, man, you know, Talladega's this weekend. Come over to the house on Sunday. I said, we'll grill up some burgers, you know. Got some, you know, it's free beer, free burgers. Come over and hang out and enjoy the race. And he was like, yeah, I might. I'm like, well, you got anything going on? He's like, no, not really, just hanging out around the house. I'm like, okay, well, come over and hang out for a little while, you know? I mean, why not? What do we got here? Steal book. Yes, I'm going to steal that book. I don't know what it is, because it looks like it might be something important. I do it and get away with it. Let me, alright. Let me go in here real quick and make sure that I hit the right button, because I don't want to screw up and quick save on the wrong thing. I have done that before and like reloaded. F5, yeah, it's F1 on Skyrim, F5 on this. Alright, let's steal this book. There we go. Book stolen. I think we're probably gonna need that at some point. There he is.
How did you get in here?
Walked in here, actually. You have anything else I can take, really, before I talk to you? Alright, let's see. Let's move.
You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Minister Clark, what a remarkable honor it is to meet you.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
What are you talking about?
Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Calm down. I'm just here to ask you some questions. Call me moron again and I will end you. No, I'm just here to ask you some questions.
Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team.
Nah, bro.
That means you're a dissident? A
Possibly.
real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
I'm here for the Mindatha side. I'm the one asking questions. Wait, you think I'm a dissident?
My friend, the slightest demonstration of independent thought or action renders one a dissident in the board's rather expansive definition of the term. Which is why I'm dying to know what brought you here.
I'm looking for dimethyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else?
No, I mean, I don't know,
Why
not for
did
me.
I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
What is this system coming to when even the Earth Minister is disillusioned beyond hope?
Will that be all, then?
Why do you keep talking like that?
Stars, they're getting denser by the day. I shall endeavor to speak more slowly. Is this better?
Slower and louder and into my good ear.
Was that a joke? Sarcasm, even? Oh, this is such a relief. You've no idea how long it's been since I spoke with someone intelligent enough for irony.
Great, so how about you tell me about those chemicals? What's going on here?
Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
He's attempting to game the system, but he won't be able to get away with it forever. Eventually, Rockwell's house of cards will topple.
I dearly hope so, and you might be part of the equation. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Sure, like I'm going to trust a gibbering lunatic. Why would he go through all this trouble? You expect me to believe this, then I'll have to deal with him. Why would he go through all this trouble?
How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
Captain, we must investigate Rockwell. An injustice like this cannot go unchecked.
Indeed, it cannot. I can't overstate the urgency of the matter.
If it's dirty, it's a job for Sam.
It's filthy indeed, my mechanical friend. Rife with the worst sort of corruption. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
You seem a little too excited by all this. You're saying we're headed for trouble. I'm ready for it. The HHC headquarters? Just tell me how to get there. The HHC headquarters.
Halcyon Holdings Corporation, the collective of companies that run the colony together. Allegedly in partnership with the Earth Directorate and appointed Minister of Earth.
Let's focus. How do I get to the HHC headquarters?
Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
The tunnels sound good. I prefer a quiet approach. Obvious reasons?
They're rather dirty. There are also rumors of sprat infestations, faulty automechanicals, and other unsavory hazards, if that sort of thing bothers you.
Not really. It doesn't.
Suit yourself. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
What used to be your office? How did you manage to hang onto your access card?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Do I want to know?
I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here.
Obviously, the chairman surrounds himself with the cream of Byzantium's elite.
There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles.
I was about to say, same with my YouTube channel. People only watch it for about 1 or 2 minutes, and they're like, this sucks, I'm gonna leave. Are we done here? Because I've got things to do. Well, thanks for your help.
Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
Putting your faith in the inherent goodness of mankind?
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resources are no match. And it is hardly in their interest to let Halcyon crash.
Good plan. How long will that take?
Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat.
But if it works, it'll be worth it.
Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis District.
Okay.
What a pleasure. I haven't had this much company in quite some time. I dearly hope I'm not imagining this.
Oh, yeah, let's see. What's your thing with Dissidents and Dissident Hunter anyways?
Are you telling me you haven't read one? They're fabulously entertaining. Also, they're a surprisingly useful means of ascertaining what's going on in the broader colony. The board's most pressing grievances tend to feature heavily as the problem of the week. Sometimes it's factory strikes, other times it's dissenters.
let me get this straight. The chairman is keeping you here under house arrest?
Haven't you heard? Chairman Rockwell and I are on a goodwill tour of the colony as we speak.
Why would Rockwell do this to you? Does this mean all the news about you and Rockwell working together is fake? Seriously, what's stopping you from leaving? Seriously, what's stopping you from leaving?
Aside from battalions of UDL security forces, most of Halcyon knows my name and face, so I could hardly evade Rockwell for long. Besides, remaining close has allowed me to learn just how wrong things have gone around here.
Why would Rockwell do this to you?
Probably because I've no interest in being his puppet. My predecessor was content to serve as Rockwell's lapdog. When he saw I meant to oppose him, he made sure I'd have little opportunity to.
Does this mean all the news about you and Rockwell working together is fake?
Except for the bit about my suddenly coming down with stomach flu last year. That truly happened.
Okay. It's too bad you're stuck here.
It's quite all right. I've got every back issue of Dissident Hunter to keep me company.
I loves it, man. What exactly do you do here?
Why, I do all the work no one else wants to do. I write reports no one ever reads, monitor colony statistics that no one pays attention to. When I'm not being conscripted to perform in the chairman's propaganda, of course.
Take heart. You're doing what you can. How pointless. Why bother? I don't understand.
Neither do I, frankly.
Oh, okay.
Halcyon is headed for a collapse, and no one seems inclined to do anything about it.
We're here, aren't we? The captain and I are trying to save people.
A fine thought, but I'm afraid you underestimate how deep these problems run, and how long they've persisted.
Give him his parcel. I brought you something from HPS.
How delightful. What is it?
I don't know. It's a parcel.
The latest issue of Dissident Hunter! I've been waiting for this. Most of what passes for entertainment here is appalling.
I'll leave you be. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna go ahead now and go find this other guy. If I can figure out how to get out of this place. I wonder if we're supposed to collect all these tall sport cards. Anybody see me here? Oh, yeah, they definitely can.
Quietly now.
Got it. Nobody saw me. I got it. Nobody saw me. Alright, I think we need to go down the bottom floor. Shoot. It's the bottom floor. I don't know if there's like different tall sport cards.
You can't understand the problem until you free yourself from the desire for an answer.
Or like if there's, I don't know. I mean, there are different. Obviously, there's a lot of different ones. I don't know if there's a reason we're collecting them or not. I don't want to not collect them just in case. You know. So it would be nice if all of a sudden it popped up and was like, hey, trophy for collecting every random toss ball card. I'm sure I've missed a bunch of them, but you never know. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I had to go get me another beer and a taco. Because I'm a little bit hungry. Alright, where are we going? Chairman's office? I guess that's where we're going. Yeah, that's the only thing we got highlighted here.
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating off of him?
Talking to me?
I must admit, I'm getting a certain thrill out of our little arrangement.
Yeah,
if this goes well, perhaps I'll start hiring wandering delinquents to handle all of my affairs. It is going well, I hope.
So it turns out early retirement isn't so much of a life of luxury as it is a brutal execution.
What? You mean it's just a sham they perpetuate so they can dispose of the rabble? That's brilliant. To take the most burdensome members of our society and simply remove them. Oh, I'll never doubt the wisdom of the board again.
Wow.
Why, I had no reason to be envious at all. What a relief.
I was pretty relieved myself. I love killing me some auto mechanicals. I really should have expected this reaction.
And how else would I react? A vagrant such as yourself couldn't possibly appreciate the emotional burden this news has lifted from my shoulders. But regardless of your ignorance, I promised you a fee for your services, so a fee you shall have.
My sizable fee, you mean, unless you want to see what early retirement is like after all.
No, that's all right. Sizable fee it is.
Wow.
My, you're really quite primal, aren't you? Fascinating. In any event, while I'm deeply grateful for the peace of mind you've brought me, I will need some solitude to fully bask in it. So if there's nothing further...
Nope.
You can pass. Go on through.
Oh, thanks.
That automech better have all its certifications in order. Rumor has it someone's pulling doubles until the retirement history days. Repair.
Well, what's up here? Transition to maintenance tunnels, okay. And over here's a locked door. Let's go investigate that real fast. Okay, we don't have that.
Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo.
Nope.
A subsidiary of Colway
I hear Minister Clark's moving his office into his residence. Poor man does nothing but work.
Let's get through here. I've been in here before, I'm pretty sure. You go up the elevator. Well, there it is. What do you guys think, Sam? Vicar? Or Max, I mean? We've been up here before, a few times actually. So, I don't have high hopes that this is going to go well. Oh, can I get into the chairman's office now? Locked. How do I actually get into his office? This is where the girl resides. Lockwood's paper surveys the Emerald Vale region conducted by Rachel Lockwood, the town of Edgewater's conspicuously absent. How do I get in there? And can I get in there at all? Oh, here we go. Nice. I was trying to get in here, I think, last episode, or the one before that. Doesn't look like there's anything in here.
Hole in the wall.
Is there a hole in the wall? Oh, there is a hole in the wall. I don't know. Well, let's see what's on this terminal, I guess. Welcome, Chairman Rockwell. View priority message. Oh, man. I don't have 100%. Dang. Chairman, the rough cut of their presentation is prepared to play. The PR department has a lot of work to do, but we've covered the basics. Halcyon is on the brink of starvation. The board's scientists are working on a solution. Workers can look forward to the lifetime employment program for their chance to contribute. You'll see the current version when you print the key card for the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. That's the door we can get in, and yes, before you ask, the Demental Sulfixide has been delivered there. It's waiting for your sign-off on the broad strokes. So I wanted to make sure you saw it. Don't worry, I'll make sure it gets properly edited. Print keycard. Okay, replay presentation video.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us.
I think we've already seen this.
As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution.
All right.
It's called the Lifetime
Oh, I can't get out of it.
Program.
Wait a minute.
We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources.
We have seen that before. Send Minister Clark's message to Earth. 3 and 9 months for your message to complete transit? Wow, how far are we away from Earth? Jeez. Personal files. What's taking so long? Percival, how long does it take to clear out an abandoned office? Toss Clark's belongings into the street of Byzantium for all I care. He's not using them. Just get my office expansion done before I return. I'm tired of staring at that hole in the wall. And for law's sake, do something about the doom and gloom presentation. We have the brightest minds in Halcyon working on our public relations department, and they make this announcement sound like a damned funeral elegy. We need something bright and cheerful. We need something we can sell. Subject, masseuse. Percival, reschedule my regular Wednesday masseuse. I have urgent matters to attend to off-site. Subject, food reserves. Chairman, I have made inquiries and can confirm that we have plenty of food, real food, stored away from our inter-colony trade. The nutritional profile of food produced within Halcyon has continued to decline. Soon people are going to start feeling hungry no matter how much they eat. Unfortunately, it's gotten too expensive to continue buying from even the closest colonies, but what we have will sustain Byzantium and a minimal workforce for the foreseeable future. Sophia. Subject, the other corporations. Chairman, the heads of the other 9 corporations are up in arms about their shares again. As head of UDL, you can overrule them easily, but I thought you should know they're at it again. Percival. Okay. Exit, yeah. Alright, well. We did what we were supposed to do, now what? Ah, that's right. We need to go get that stuff. Can't get in there yet. Or we can't get in there at all. Guess there's really no point in it, is there? I killed everybody up there, just so you guys know. It's a mess. You may want to send some of those auto mechanicals up there that's in the early retirement center to help you guys. It's pretty gross. Nice place.
Don't let the guards hear you asking questions or peeking in the back.
If you see any sprats loose up here, definitely don't touch them. Don't let the guards hear you asking questions. Or peeking in the back.
Or peeking in the back. Alright, what's in the back?
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance. Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in.
Show him the chairman's key card. How's this for clearance?
I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
Let me through right now, or your official record won't be fit for polishing floors.
What?
Waste my time and I'll bury you so deep in citations you'll die of paper cuts before you ever crawl out.
Oh no. You must be from Chairman Rockwell's office. I'm so sorry. No one told me you were coming.
It's okay.
Go on through. And let's forget this misunderstanding, huh?
Alright, I'll go through in a minute, but I'm going to investigate the rest of this place first.
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
Never does. Same place? Okay, don't need to go in here yet.
Sorry, I shouldn't. I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city.
Oh, we got a computer here. A white computer.
The one who's been pounding the clerks?
Can I close the door?
Shutters, too.
Alright, so what we got on here? Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Welcome to the Human Resource Portal for the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Humans are our fourth most important What? Humans are our fourth most important resource at the Ministry. If you have a complaint about anything work-related, write about it here. You will feel much better after you do. View employee complaint. From Caroline Indicat. Issue finally taking action. Theodore Isaacs keeps eating my purpleberry lunches. I know that sprat-toothed little snot is the one doing it. I've seen him with cracker crumbs on his lips and purpleberry stains on his lab coat. Working next to him and seeing him pick the remains of my lunch out of his disgusting teeth just makes me want to scream. There, I did it. I screamed a little. That felt good. I'm just going to sit in the kitchen and wait for him to do it again. I'll catch him in the act, and then I'll come back and write up another entry. I'm going to be so livid. Okay. Nothing else? No. Employer rights under the Biased Labor Standards Act. Wage determined by merit of your work. Overtime may result in higher pay if the quality of said work is considered exemplary. Your employer has the right to dock your pay should you damage any facilities or equipment. It is your responsibility, not your employer's, to avoid workplace hazards. It's like the complete opposite of everything OSHA is, which I do think OSHA gets a little bit carried away with some of their rules, but I don't think all of them are really that necessary.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Oh, law, what did they take him for?
UDL's been questioning anybody with possible connections to Phineas Wells. And, well, Tillman designed all those wanted posters.
So UDL's interrogating Tillman? Ugh, that's disgusting. Can't believe I had lunch with the guy.
Okay, so you're Alright, whatever. What are you guys doing? Hanging around, not doing nothing? Eating you some borscht. Let's see what's over here, then we'll go in the back room. Bathroom. Nothing really in here, is there? Alright, cool. Well, is that that's the unreliable. You have my ship. Picture of my ship on your wall.
Nothing exciting ever happened.
Move along.
Alright, well, we'll stay right here and try to pick this door.
Someone's there.
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going to need to see some identification.
Oh, embarrassing. I must have left it at home. You better show some identification real fast if you want to keep your kneecaps.
What? That's what I asked you.
Except you sounded like a wimp. Show some teeth next time.
Okay. Thanks for the tip. Now you really have to go before I call in the other guards.
So wait, are they gonna... How do I get in here?
If I still believed in the grand plan,
Whoops.
a revelation like this would have seriously shaken my faith. Knowing you, I can only assume you have already begun formulating a plan to deal with this. So tell me, what are we going to do?
We'll have to dig more into the issue and sort it all out.
Yes, of course. And when you do, you can count on me to back your play. Your ability to talk us out of even the most hopeless situations hasn't failed us so far. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Nope. I want to get in that door, though.
Muting volume now.
Alright, what's in here? Oh, they're trying to kill me. Okay, alright, okay, we gotta load the game. Alright, well, I gave it a shot. God, man, this guy Merlin down here that just popped into Steam. I used to play Operation Arrowhead with him, gosh, like 15 years ago, and he still plays it like all the time. It's insane how much that guy plays that game. It's DayZ is what he's playing, but still, I mean, it's like an old version of DayZ. Not knocking him for it or anything. That's what he likes. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's crazy that he's been playing it that long. I'd like to know how many hours he has on it, because I didn't have hardly any hours on it, and I played it quite a bit myself. Really? How did you guys see me? Or did you? Maybe you didn't see me. Oh, this goes out to the other... Okay. We gotta get in that door. What are you doing? Go away.
Move along.
You move along. Man, I don't know how to do this other than just kill everybody, and I really don't want to do that. Oh wait, I can go down here. Go, guys. We're going down. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Oh. Where are we now?
What's this I
Oh.
hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for, so I had the techs run the trial again. And the results were 0.003% different this time.
Do the words statistically insignificant mean anything to you?
Of course, but we're obligated to explore every possibility.
We're obligated to get a working formula before Akande has us all in tanks to help test the next batch of samples. Now get to work.
So we're where we're not supposed to be, and we may get noticed here. Right now we're okay just walking around, but would not surprise me at some point if somebody wouldn't say something. There's a door over there, and there, and right here. We need to try to find a board key card. This bathroom is enormous. There's literally nothing in it. Okay, we got some bad guys up here, it looks like. Save right here, because I think we're probably getting ready to get shot at. I love how they don't even see the other guys with us. Don't see me, don't see me. Lab. Really don't know where to go. That. Ah. Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Welcome to the subject containment facility for the protection of Ministry property, including Ministry personnel. Dangerous subjects may be properly restrained. Containment log. UDL security scooped the subjects up from various locations around Halcyon. None displayed any behavioral abnormalities or homicidal tendencies. We tested revivifying formula number 132 on them, the one with high concentration of adrenotime, and they began exhibiting hyperaggression. Whatever you do, do not open the cells. Open containment cells. Cells opened.
What was that? Open fire!
What? Something's...
The test subject is killing everybody. It's funny.
Oh, good. A fight.
It's one way to take care of everyone.
I'll take this one.
I don't want to kill any of them because the board will be pissed at me if I do, and I'm trying to keep
Units never lay down on
trying
the
to keep a
job.
fairly level thing with the board here. Oh, never mind. They don't care. Good. Oh dear. Hibernation lab key card. I don't have that yet.
No, please! I don't want no trouble!
Ow.
I'm ready to kill Europe!
Jeez, Sam. You just sprayed him with acid, dude. I mean, like... Alright, here's the hibernation lab. See what we can figure out in here.
Hey! Stop! What do you think you're doing?
Jeez. I'll pay you 76 bits to look the other way. Nothing at all. Whatever I want. I was just leaving.
You know, you made a real generous argument.
Yeah, I figured I did. Let's see here. View lab notes. Long-term hibernation experiments. Tests are ongoing, but so far we've had little success in adjusting the hibernation process to safely allow long-term subject storage and revival. Short of a major breakthrough, we'll have to hope they have more success next door with the reviving formula. Next door, you say? I need to get over there. But how? I don't know how to get over there. This way, I guess. Get a screenshot real quick. Well, there it is. Welcome to the Human Experimentation Station at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Human testing is a required step of any new product or process in order to ensure accuracy. Please be sure to document the results of all tests thoroughly to save the expense of additional trials. View lab notes. In addition of the addition of dimethyl sulfoxide to the current round of tests has resulted in some improvements. Subjects are showing improved circulation and increased neural activity. However, our formula is still missing something. We are still unable to fully revive subjects from long-term hibernation, and removing their supply of dimethyl sulfoxide results in their rather excruciating death. The problem is compounded when we consider reviving and freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. To make matters worse, we've had a hard time securing additional dimethyl sulfoxide. We may have to make do with this batch. Warning, this procedure may result in the invalidation of experimental results and the death of human test subjects. Further information. Sudden withdrawal from dimethyl sulfoxide is highly lethal and will result in the cancellation of any in-progress experiments. Experimental integrity and test subject vitality can be maintained by leaving a 72.3 circulation. Controls, Project Lifetime Employment Program. Very ability to revive human subjects from extended operations, blah, blah, transfer. Look at this. Proceeding to withdraw the maximum non-lethal quantity of chemicals from the experiment. Calibrating sensors, checking dimethyl sulfoxide levels, transferring to a canister. Return to route. Exit. Okay. So I got some of it, good. But I didn't take all of it. Because I'm a good guy. Now I gotta get out of here. And it looks like someone... Oh, nope. They're all down there. Great. Now what? Really? I need to get more? Shoot. Oh. Okay. Now we're good. Phineas is here? No. Now we have to go to Phineas. Alright, well, let's go fast travel to the Unreliable. If I can remember where it is. And we'll go talk to Phineas.
Crew report. Bioka is drunk. Surprise.
Surprise indeed.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Alright, let's see what he's got to say.
Busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Forget about the chemicals for a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion.
Okay.
Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation.
It gets worse. The chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon. The board's got a plan to save us. They're going to freeze all the workers.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us?
Basically.
That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
I found your chemicals in the Ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
These are all the chemicals I could get. Any more, and I would have killed the subjects.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, 10. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
What's up, Damage? How you doing, buddy? Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists. The board's going to be on all tossed in space. We need to think about this. There has to be something we can do, so that's it. We just give up. All trouble I went through was for nothing. The colony's a mess. I'll be glad to put it behind me as soon as I can get a chance. We need to think about this. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board.
Good to hear, man.
The board's going to dispose of them all.
Finally, you got me a PS5.
Into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak.
Still none in stores around
We
here.
need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
I had to sign up with the Sony on the PlayStation site and just kind of wait for them to say, "Hey, your name's up." I never pay. I paid, I got the digital version, so whatever the price was for it. I could have bought one for $700 a few times, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's just not worth it to me, So I signed up for it back in, I think, December, and they finally said, "Hey, your name's here, so buy it tomorrow, or else you're SOL." So I did. The bad thing about it was it actually popped up like a day after my AC went out in my house, and I just spent like $6,000 to get that fixed, and I was like, oh yeah, now of course they'd want me to buy a PlayStation unit after I'd done spent all my money. But it's all good. At least I got one, finally. There's a way. It's not exactly safe, but we could skip the Hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius.
I know.
We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
The Hope's probably damaged. We'll have to route power from the unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system microjumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct.
Experimental methods for killing noxious life forms are not covered under this unit's limited liability agreement.
Well said, whatever you are.
I'm not good at math.
You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Yeah, it does suck, but it's not. I mean, it is what it is. So, like, we moved here. Nobody told us. The realtor never told us about getting a home warranty. I did not see the paperwork that was signed. My, Sweet Pea handled all that stuff, and I imagined that was in that paperwork. But she never specifically said, "Hey, you guys can get a home warranty in case anything breaks down. You don't have to worry about it." Never mentioned that to us. basically just give us the paper saying that we can sign off on everything, take it as is, blah, 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 blah. We did that, and that was it. So, I think when we first moved in here, there was a couple days that got really cold, and the furnace went out. Well, okay, let me back up a little bit. When we first got the furnace on, it wasn't heating up at all. So I called a guy that lived like a road down, like 1 mile down the road. I thought, this guy will come out here cheap. Won't be no big deal. We're close by. Actually, I lived right across the street from where we used to live. Charged me like $300 to come and look at the furnace. Put a pilot light in there, or not a pilot light, but a glow plug in there. And that fixed it. So it was just a burnt out glow plug. I could have got a glow plug for like $19 and put that in there myself if I knew how to work on a furnace, but I didn't. So fixed that. Furnace worked for a couple weeks. Then it started going out again, where it had some corrosion on one of the flame sensors. Apparently not. It worked during inspection, so it must have burnt out sometime between the inspection process and when we moved in, I guess. They had, when we moved in here, they had space heater. Like, we came to our final walkthrough, they had space heaters in here, so it must not have been working then either. And I should have tested it myself, but we were excited about getting out of the old house and getting into the new one, so, we just didn't think about it. So, but the inspection did say that the AC wasn't putting out quite as much cold air as it was supposed to. We just figured it was because it was an old system and didn't really think about it. Wasn't concerned about it. But, so they fixed the glow plug. And then it stopped working again, so I turned it on. I went downstairs. It had tripped the breaker. So I turned the breaker back on, and I seen the spark shoot out the side of the furnace. So I took it apart and looked at it, and there was some corrosion right in there where the flame sensor was. And I took a Dremel tool I have with some sandpaper, and I went in there and cleaned all the corrosion off of it and got that fixed. And it's been working fine ever since. Well, then when it started getting kind of hot, where it's about 75, 80 degrees out here, the AC wasn't working. So I was like, crap, now what? So what was happening was the fan would come on, and it would blow cold air out briefly. When it got down to its target temperature, it would stop. And it would never come back on again. Even as the temperature rose, it would never come back on again. So I called a guy that I know. Actually, a friend of mine at work had recommended him. I called him, and he was like, yeah, he's like, it's like 2.5 pounds low on Freon. He's like, that's just a safeguard so it doesn't burn itself up. He's like, system's 31 years old, you need a new system. He said, I can't fix this one because you can't even get parts for them anymore. So I had made up my mind. I was on my way home from work. I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and spend the money. We got about $40,000 for the house when we sold it. So I had some money in the bank anyway, just in case things happen, saved up. So, and I had about $25,000 in the bank in my retirement fund. So I just pulled a little bit out of that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I just have to be careful what I spend the rest of the year, until I kind of get that back up to where it was. The good thing about it is now, we'll have a brand new AC and we'll be good for the next 15, 20 years, hopefully. Let's see. Once you've skipped the hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Yeah, fingers crossed, exactly. He's supposed to come put that in this week. He was actually supposed to be here this weekend, and he never... He texted Sweet Pea and said something about wanting to know if we were still interested, make sure we still want to do it. And she's like, yeah, and that's the last time we heard from him. So I haven't paid him yet, but he's supposed to be out here anytime now to replace it, I guess. Hopefully it hurries up because it's going to be kind of warm this week, I think, with temperatures going to be getting into the mid-80s. So, it's really not that bad, though. I mean, this house is really tight, and we have an AC system that controls the upstairs, so even when the downstairs AC is off, as long as that one up there is working, it keeps the downstairs pretty cool as well. But I mean, it'll still got 75 degrees, which is too hot to sleep, so I like it to be cold at night. Let's see. Wait, I've got some questions.
Certainly. How can I help?
Should I expect any resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
Just so we're clear, you know skip drives aren't supposed to be used like this.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay. People aren't going to notice a gigantic colony ship slamming into the rings of Terra 2. Yeah, that's, I mean, sometimes that's the best way to go. Are you guys buying a foreclosed house, or are you buying something that is for sale by the owners?
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
You'll probably be okay then, since everything was pretty much replaced. This one here was more or less gutted. I think the only thing they didn't do was replace the lower level AC unit and furnace. We haven't had any other problems. We did have one leak from one of the toilets, and it was just where they had put one of the O-rings. They had put the wrong size in there, so some water was getting around it. But I took the toilet up and put a bigger O-ring in it, and that solved that problem. And I have a little condensation coming. I guess it's coming down the Freon line from the AC that's up in the attic, and it runs all the way down the line, and it kind of drips into the basement a little bit. But it only done it once, and I turned it off and let it dry up, and it never has done it again. So I don't know what's causing that. Once it gets into the summertime and it gets really hot where it's running all the time, if it starts doing it again, I guess I'll have to kind of tear the wall apart a little bit and see if I can figure out where it's condensating. I imagine they probably don't have any foam on the Freon line in the wall, and it's condensating and running down. That or it stopped up somewhere. I did run about 20 ounces of water down it, and I didn't see any leaks. So maybe it was blocked up and that kind of unclogged it. I don't know. Yeah, well, the house, it's nuts, man. Like, we could have sold our old house for, we were told, about $190,000. We ended up selling it for we sold it for $150,000, just because a friend of ours wanted to buy it, so we give him like a really good deal on it. But the house beside us is the exact same size as our old house. Doesn't really have a big yard at all, and they just sold it for. They listed it for $255,000, and it sold within 3 days. And I don't know if they paid $255,000 for it, or somebody came up with a number that nobody else was going to even work with at all. So we'll find out. But it's crazy how much stuff's going for right now. Yeah. Yep, it's like that everywhere, pretty much. It's nuts. I guess that's one good thing about inflation. You can get a really good deal for your old houses. Unfortunately, you have to pay out the ass for your new houses. So, but it'll be worth it. In the long run, it's probably it can't. Most likely, it's only going to increase in value, especially where you're at. So, maybe by the time you retire, if you want to retire somewhere a little more quiet, you can sell it for considerably more than you paid for it, and hopefully, you can get a place somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. No more questions. I'm ready.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
I wanted to talk about the Hope.
Certainly. How can I help?
Well, you can't help. Okay, so Damage Man, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad you got to see me. Nice to see you're doing good, man. Hopefully the house and all works out good. I'm gonna jump off of here because I got some things I gotta do real quick. But we'll be back later on, probably in about 3 or 4 hours. And I think we're pretty close to the end of this, I hope, because I'm ready to get done with it, honestly. So, anyway, look at this thing. Bubbles. That's the nastiest looking creature ever. This is what these people eat. They have cysts on this pig, and they cut the cysts off, and they eat them. Yummy. But, yeah, so we'll see you later. Have a good one. Damage, don't be a stranger, buddy. You know? Y'all have a good day. Oh, wait. You spent over 4 decades in space with nothing but the technology of this little chamber keeping you alive. The rest of your fellow colonists are still trapped in similar Yeah, I know. Alright. Later, guys.